Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is May 1st, 2022. So, I want to show you guys something. This is something that I've spoken about before. So, there's a Wikipedia page, and there's a list on there of all the rappers that have been shot and killed. Now, there's only about 30 names on this list, and I see a lot of people who are not on here. But, there's a serious problem in the hip hop community. And I just ask myself, like, why these rappers don't talk about this more often? Like, I think in the year 2020, when I wrote my book, I wrote, I had to, like, almost the entire book is about the death of rappers that year. In 2020, around 10 rappers died that year. And there was a lot of people that I left out. For example, in 2020, we had the death of Pop Smoke, Brooklyn rapper who was shot and killed in Los Angeles. He died on February 19th, 2020. That same year, rapper from Chicago, King Von, passed away November 6th, 2020. That same year, this guy here, Mo3 from Houston, Texas, actually from Dallas, Texas, he was also murdered. So that's three. So King Von, Pop Smoke, and Mo3. Let's see. Little Marlo, I think that's how you say his name. What day he died? Let's see. All these people on my book. Atlanta rapper Rudolph Johnson, known as Little Marlo, dies. I guess this was July 12th. This news came out, so he died around that time. Let's see if I can find the exact date. And the one of the things that all these rappers have in common is that most of them are all victims of a shooting. Most of them. I think he did die. He either died on July. I could look up the date numerology because I remember he was synced up with Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant also died in 2020 as well. But 2020 was a big year for the deaths with rappers. Yeah, I think he died on July 11th because that was the day with 38 numerology, and the name Little Marlo is 38. Very possible he died on this date. And that was also the 193rd day of the year, which is the 44th prime number. Shooting, kill, execution, 44. All right, so I should just look up death date. Yeah, July 11th, day with 38 numerology. I had a feeling. So Little Marlo, Mo3, Pop Smoke, and King Von. That's four. Four. All right, let's see who else. I'm trying to see. Actually, I'll look it up on my blog. I left out like 10 names in my book from that year. A lot of people. Look at this guy. You guys, I don't know if you guys heard of him, but his name is Huey. He had a hit song called Pop, Lock, and Drop It. Very popular St. Louis record. He died on June 26th, 2020. Actually, June 25th. But the news broke the next day on the 26th. And he died on the day with 71 numerology. The name of that record he was member for equals 71. So that we got Huey, King Von, Pop Smoke, Little Marlo, Mo3. That's five. And I'm telling you, if I look down the list, there's a lot more. That 2020 was the year. Oh, look, Trey Savage, rapper from Chicago, also died. He died on the 171st day of the year, and his stage name Trey Savage is 171 in gematria. So that's 6 people, right? 6. I'm gonna get to 10. Just gotta show you that I'm not even exaggerating when I say 10. And then again, there was people that I left out in my book. I'm like, I can't write the entire book cannot be on rappers. It's just a rapper named Briss, that July 2nd, 2020. This is a huge problem. I don't understand why people don't address this. Like, how is it that all these rappers are dying in the same year? This is 7 people, right? 7. Rapper named Jordan Groggs passed away at the age of 32. July 1st. That same year, the rapper Fabio Foreign from Brooklyn, he was shot. He didn't die, he survived, but he was shot that year. Oh, I cannot forget FGB Duck, Chicago rapper, killed in a drive-by shooting. So that's, what, 7? I think I miscounted, but that's either 7 or 8. All right, let's say 7. Got 3 more, right? 3 more to go. A rapper named Saint Dog passed away at the age of 44. October 14th, 2020. Don't you guys think this would be getting addressed if this stuff was organic? If all these rappers were being killed by the reasons that they report they are, this should be a major concern with the record labels. You're paying these artists millions of dollars, and then they're being shot and killed, and you're losing out on all that money. You guys don't think there's something suspicious behind all this? Rapper named Bang Gang Paid died at the age of 27, November 30th, 2020. Right before him, the rapper Lil Yazzie, dead at 25. He died on his name is 38 in gematria, like death and murder. So that's 8. Oh, that's 9 actually. The rapper Benny the Butcher was shot that year. He didn't die. He was shot in the leg, according to TMZ. Same year, Little Boosie was shot right after the death of Mo 3. He was shot while he was at Mo 3's memorial. It's funny. And let's see if we can find the 10th one. That's all. And then, a lot of these people I didn't even write in my book. I didn't write about them in my book. And not to mention all the rappers that got arrested that year. Lil Wayne got arrested on federal charges. A rapper named Braxton Barker died at the age of 21. This was big news. I remember when she died. Young rapper, she was 21. She had a hit single called Little Bitch. So yeah, so that's 10, and I could probably go on and on. And like I said, there's a Wikipedia page of all the rappers that have been shot and killed. And there's only probably 30 people on here. There's a lot of people that's not on here. Like all the people that I just named in 2020, most of those people are not even on this list. But this video, I was looking through this list, and then I noticed that a rapper named Big Hawk, he died today in history on May 1st, 2006. So I wanted to show you guys his ritual. Same numbers that we always talk about, the Jesuit numbers, the death numbers. It just and then it just I wanted to add this on to another piece of evidence of how these rappers are really being killed by the Jesuit order. They're not really being killed by the reasons that the mainstream is reporting. You know, this has nothing to do with beef or any you know violence from their neighborhoods like they are saying. But one of the things that stand out about Big Hawk, if you're not familiar with Big Hawk, he was signed. He was a member of the rap group Screwed Up Click, which is a Houston group that was established by DJ Screw, another ritual murder. DJ Screw died from an overdose 62 days after his birthday when Sacrifice is 62. Screwed Up Click is 62 as well, the name of his crew. But he was one of the founding members of this clique, the Screwed Up Click. And what I noticed about that clique is look who was a member of that crew. George Floyd. Go figure. A lot of you think that George Floyd was a real story. Oh man, you guys gotta wake up. But this guy Big Hawk, his name John Edwards Hawkins. I want to show you guys what it equals in gematria. Notice the 187 and 79 like Society of Jesus. And he died on May 1st on the Illuminati's birthday. And notice his name in gematria, John Hawkins. It equals 51, and then he ends up being murdered on 5/1 on May 1st. Now his stage name was Big Hawk. And notice his name is 34 and 38, like rapper. Right? Rappers 38 and 34. Names like Pop Smoke is 38 and 34. Names like King Von, all these rappers that I talked about are 38 and 34. I think Little Marlo has that 38 and 34 in his name. Oh, his name is 38. So many rappers have that 38 and 34 connection, right? And it's mainly because rapper is 38 and 34. But look, King Von, 38 and 34. Rapper, 38 and 34. Big Hawk, 38 and 34. Left out Pop Smoke. And notice what else is 38 and 34. The word murder. And coincidentally, all these rappers were victims of a murder. I mean, isn't it obvious what's going on with these people? And yet, so few people even talk about it in the mainstream industry. This should be something that should be like their main concern. How all these rappers with the same gematria values, they all end up being victims of gun violence. So let's go back to Big Hawk. So Big Hawk is saying they're saying that according to his Wikipedia, that on May 1st, 2006, he was shot dead outside of a 12127 Redfern Drive, Houston, Texas. He was pronounced dead at the scene, according to police. Hawkins had gone to the location to play dominoes with a friend. He arrived before his friend and started to walk alongside of the house when an unknown suspect shot him multiple times. For no reason, the guy just walked up and shot him, I guess. Police were unable to find any witnesses that could provide information on a suspect or a motive for the shooting. Big Hawk's murder remains unsolved. He died 8 years after his brother Fat Pat was murdered. And his death is probably connected to Fat Pat. Fat Pat, I remember him. He was also a member of the Screwed Up Clique. We're going to look at Fat Pat's death and see if we can connect it to his... I didn't know him and Big Hawk was brothers, but I guess... think about it. Both of them were brothers, and both of them end up getting killed at a young age. You know, Big Hawk was only 36. Shortly after his death, fellow Texas rapper Bun B, in an interview with the Houston Chronicle, had the following to say about Hawkins. There were no kinks in this man's moral armor because he was a rapper. There will be people who will take his death the wrong way, but he was a peaceful guy and a family man who had no beefs with anybody. So that's even more suspicious. The guy had no problems with anybody, yet somebody walks up to him and kills him. Maybe the people who identify by 187 and 79, like his name. All right, so let's see. And he also died on the 121st day of the year, right? Blood Sacrifice, 121. He had a few albums. Dead End Alliance came out in '98, and then he had another album called Under Hawk Wings, Hawk Wrecking 2004, Endangered Species. That's what rappers are, endangered species. It's funny he made an album titled that. Let's take a look at a Fat Pat. I'm not too familiar with his ritual, so yeah, they are brothers. They got the same last name, so let's just see. So Fat Pat died on February 3rd, 98. Then this guy died in 2006. So they did, Okay, I see. I already see something that stands out. So look at that, blood sacrifice. Blood sacrifice. Fat Pat died on the 34th day of the year. That stands out too. But you guys see how blood sacrifice is 121 and 67. Big Hawk, he died on the 121st day of the year, and his brother died on a day leaving 331 days in a year, February 3rd, which is the 67th prime number, and blood sacrifice is 67. So I had a feeling both of their deaths are going to be synced up, and look, they are. 2 blood sacrifices. And, his brother died on the 34th day of the year. We just saw how Murder and Big Hawk is 34. All right, so let's see. Fat Pat. So he was born Patrick Lamarck Hawkins. His name is 84 like the Jesuit order. His name is also 321. And, that stands out because I think DJ Screw, I think he died. He connected to that number. I'll take a look. I don't remember exactly, but I'll look at it. The name Patrick Hawkins is 163 to 38 prime, 64 like kill. So yeah, same numbers, right? 38. But DJ Screw, let's see. DJ Screw was born on the 201st day of the year. And yeah, he died on November 16th. And I think November 16th is the 321st day of the year. Yep. 321. So and 321 is like a countdown. But his name is 84 like the Jesuit order. Take a look at the name Hawkins. DJ Screw, born July 20th, the 201st day of the year. He died on November 16th, which is 62 days after his birthday, right? 62. Sacrifices 62. And he was the founding member of Screwed Up Click, which is also 62. He died 62 days after his birthday. That was DJ Screw, who's supposed to be overdosed on codeine. Now, Fat Pat, let's see, what was his cause of death? It says here that on February 3rd, 1998, Hawkins was fatally shot by an unknown gunman. Like, what are the odds? So both brothers get killed by some unknown gunman. after going to a promoter's apartment to collect an appearance fee. The promoter was not home, and he was shot in the corridor outside the apartment. He was 27 years old. Man, seems like both of these men were set up. Of course, Fat Pat is 64, like kill. Dead on the 34th day of the year. And they both ended up dying on days with 32 numerology. I wonder what's up with that. Both brothers died on day with 32 numerology. I know 32 connects to music. No, music is actually 34, like rapper. So, all right. So let's just review. So DJ Screw, he died 62 days after his birthday. The name of his clique, Screwed Up Clique, is 62, like Sacrifice. They're saying that he overdosed on codeine. Got born on the 201st day of the year, 201, like the Jesuit order. Now, Fat Pat, he died on the 34th day of the year. We know rapper and murder's 34. And we saw how his name Fat Pat is 64, like kill. Now, his brother Big Hawk, his stage name is 34 and 38, like rapper and murder. And he died on the 121st day of the year, like blood sacrifice. And his name, his real name, his birth name, is 187 and 79, like Society of Jesus. And then George Floyd is Mr. 201. George Perry Floyd, 201. Just shows you how the Jesuit order is behind the making of all these celebrities and also their deaths. There's a lot of them in the pictures that are throwing up the devil horns, like That Boy Grace and Trey the Truth. Well, he's doing the middle finger, but Will Lean doing his little devil horns. Zero throwing up the double C's for 33. What about ESG throwing up his devil horns? All these people, all controlled. Clay Doe throwing up his 666 fingers. So don't be surprised when you see these people in the headlines. These people, and don't be surprised by this list. And this is why nobody talks about this stuff. It's because a lot of these people sold out. They sold their soul to the church, and their deaths were part of a script. That's why nobody's complaining. Because if this stuff was organic, people will be complaining. Yo, what's going on? Oh, there's 30 people that have been shot and killed, and they all have almost the same cause of death. So rappers just get shot and killed. And now that I think about it, there's probably a lot more people on here that have died. Let's see. I'll have to go through all of them. Let's see. This guy's still alive. Yeah. Big Pokey. Little Kiki. Little Kiki is still alive. Bad Boy Grace still alive. Looks like it. George Floyd. What are the odds this guy was a rapper? And at the time of his death, did anybody even mention that? The mainstream? Nobody talked about him being a popular hip hop rapper from Houston. You know, they talked about he worked in a club and stuff like that, but they definitely didn't let people know that this guy was a rapper. A lot of people bought this story. Well, I got in real big trouble exposing the George Floyd hoax. Let me not even talk about that no more. They took my entire channel down because of one video. And now that I see it, I see something else with Big Hawk. He was 36, right? He died in his 37th year of life. Shooting is 37. Dead End Alliance. It's funny how all the people in this record, in this, I guess this, I don't know if this is an album or a record, but all three of them are dead. You know, DJ Screw, Fat Pat. Not sure who this is, but and then Big Hawk. All three of them are dead. Huh? Yeah, equals 311 to 64th prime. It also equals 86. 58 like Freemasonry. Let's take a look at Robert Davis's name. DJ Screw. His name is 118 like death. Endangered species. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but I just wanted to cover his death on his anniversary. The guy been dead for what? Was that 16 years? 16 years since his death. And this stuff is still going on. Same rituals, same numbers. And nobody does anything about it. The next 16 years is gonna go by like that, and ain't nothing gonna change. 'Cause nothing changed when Biggie and Tupac was murdered. And Tupac was murdered in '96, so. So yeah, so if you guys want to call in, the number is 646-986-0958. I probably could take some calls before we end it. And let me know what you guys think about all these rappers just dying from the same cause of death, year after year after year. And look at that, Lyrical 187. What is that about? Oh, that's a rapper name. There's a rapper called Lyrical 187. Yes, I'll put the number up there. I'll pin it so you guys can see it. So the number should be pinned. If you want to call in, let's talk about anything you guys want to talk about. Um, all these rappers. dying and connected to the same numbers. What are the odds? What are the odds? $144. We know what that is. Jesuit order. Rituals 27. So fat pat. Somebody asked, was Tupac murdered for Kobe? No. Tupac was murdered. His death was more synced up with Biggie Smalls. He died 177 days before Biggie. These Jesuit orders 177. Their deaths. It's more complicated than that. It's like they were shaping the culture with their deaths. I think after they were shot and killed is when we saw more rappers being shot and killed. And that was truly the beginning of hip hop after their deaths. A lot of more people wanted to become rappers after they died. These people who make fake pages, you gotta understand. Like there's a guy in the chat. There's people in this community who make fake pages, and then they troll my channel. Cause this is how dumb these people are, right? They try to act like they're somebody else, but they type the same way as when they do on their real channels. So you could tell right away that it's them. So just ignore these cocksuckers. They come on here because they want attention. But this is not about them. This is about all these rappers and all these celebrities who continue to be killed by the Jesuit order. I think that's way more important than somebody typing in bullshit in the comment section. These people are really these people really have family, and what's really disturbing is if these people are really being killed, because there's a part of me that thinks that maybe none of this stuff is really happening. Maybe they're just being removed from the entertainment business and they're killing off the character. But I think some of them are being killed. And if that is the case, these people do have family members, and maybe a lot of the family members probably have no idea what really happened to these rappers. So that's what we need to expose it for that reason. But at the end of the day, these rappers did take the oath, the Faustian bargain, and they agreed to be sacrificed at, look at these ages, right? 31, 20. Like, is anybody here that's up like over 40 years old? I don't think there's anybody that's over 40. All these rappers are under 40 years old. Well, this guy was 44. He was shot and killed at the age of 44. To go figure. But all these rappers are very young. Pop Smoke was supposed to be 20 years old. XX Tentacion, 20 years old. The Notorious B.I.G. was 24. But you guys see that 3-2 dead at 44. Another rapper from Houston. So let's take a look at him real quick. For all the trolls that say that this stuff is not going on, shooting in Gematria equals 44. That's how old this guy was. He was shot and killed. So 11-10. He died in 2016. 7-11. We know Satanic is 122, but there's probably a lot more to this. Oh, look at that. He was also a member of the Screwed Up Clique, you know? So let's see what happened. Let's see if they have details on his death. So 3-2 rapper cause of death. He said he achieved success by his time with Rap-A-Lot Records. Bariri was fatally shot in the head at a gas station in Houston. It looks like they caught the guy who supposedly shot him. Mr. 32, huh? Slave 32. Rapper name was 3-2, like how Slave is Negro. And I think Slave is 32. No, actually, Negro is 32. So Houston rapper Mr. 3-2 killed in gas station shooting. Mm-mm-mm. Last week, in the hip hop community was left to mourn the death of another musician. According to Houston's ABC 13, Houston's lyricist Mr. 3-2, born Christopher Barriere, died after being shot in the head at a Houston gas station overnight on Thursday. He was 44. Authorities revealed that the four men involved in the encounter, including the shooter, all knew one another. After shooting the first victim in the back of the head, the suspect reportedly drove off and returned to the gas station moments later. Upon returning, he opened fire again, shooting a second victim and injuring others at the gas station who were caught in the gunfire. Mm-mm-mm. So a number of rappers, including Snoop Dogg, turned to social media to express their condolences and pay tribute to Mr. 32. 3-2 the governor. Another victim. Somebody says Mr. 32 was really in the streets. He wasn't a sellout. Maybe. Yep. So I'll leave it there. Rest in peace to all these people. Rest in peace to Big Hawk. 16 years since his death, and I guess his death is still unsolved. And I guess his brother's death is also unsolved. Fat Pat. You know, we solved it in this video, but I guess those people responsible are never gonna really pay for their deaths. We definitely know who killed both of the Hawkinses. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll be back whenever there's something to cover. So enjoy your week, everybody. Thanks for the support. Peace.